But there is an urgent search underway for a missing 6-month-old baby. This is a look at Nnakai Pratt. Clayton County Police said they have been looking for him for nearly 10 hours. 11 Alive's Marissa Sarbach joins us live now from the apartment complex. This is right on Valley Hill Road in Riverdale. So Marissa, what can you tell us so far about this investigation?
Ron, we've been here for the last couple of hours, and I do want to step out and show you what's going on right now, because just in the last 20 minutes or so, they've taken away this car. They're getting out here right now. The tow truck, as you can see, bringing out this white sedan. We do know at this point that this car is involved in the investigation. We don't have details on exactly how, but I can tell you over the last 2 hours, Clayton County police officers and detectives were looking through this vehicle and specifically through the trunk of that car, which you can see is still open. Now, we also saw a K-9 team headed into the woods of the area. I'm going to have Kyle, my photographer, pan to the right here. That wooded area behind this apartment complex on Valley Hill Road, we saw a K-9 team go back there about an hour and a half ago. After that team disappeared there, we did not see them come back out. We do know that all the Clayton County police officers and detectives at this point have pretty much wrapped up the investigation. We reached out to find out if this child is still considered missing. At this point, we do believe he is. That's a 6-month-old Nnakai Pratt. Still on the lookout for him, but we do know from neighbors as well that the detectives were out here on scene earlier questioning both of his parents. Still waiting for an update again from Clayton County Police, but as you can see, the investigation pretty much wrapping up here at that apartment complex. We're live in Riverdale for now. I'm going to toss it back to you in the studio.
Okay, thanks a lot, Marissa. Hopefully it is a positive outcome. We'll check back in with you later on. Nnakai Pratt, police say they've been looking for him for about 15 hours now. The search started around 8:30 when police were called to an apartment complex on Valley Hill Road in Riverdale. 11 Alive's Marissa Sarbach broke this story, spent the day alongside the detectives on the scene. She's back in our newsroom tonight and joining me live. So Marissa, you spent hours out there. What did you see?
Ron, when Clayton County first alerted us of Nnakai Pratt's disappearance, officials said the 6-month-old was taken by unknown suspects and they had no leads. We were on scene all afternoon. We saw about a dozen Clayton County patrol vehicles, a fire truck, and even a K-9 team searching for the child from that apartment complex where he was last seen. It's where neighbors tell us Nnakai's father lives.
This is sad. It's a 6-month-old baby, a helpless baby. This is very sad.
Since early Sunday morning, neighbors at an apartment complex on Valley Hill Road in Riverdale watched as Clayton County police searched through multiple units for 6-month-old Nnakai Pratt.
I sure hope that baby ain't over there in that trunk, though. I pray that baby ain't nowhere out here. I pray that baby ain't, because I have kids.
Detectives spent a couple of hours going through the trunk of this white sedan before towing it away as part of their investigation, along with an SUV.
I'm hoping and praying, everybody prayed up, hoping that they want the baby, in the car that they found.
Our cameras were rolling as Clayton County brought in a K-9 to search the wooded area for Nnakai. Surveillance video from a nearby business shows the officers following a trail out of the side of the apartment complex.
I asked them, did you search the woods by the school? Because the school's woods are really, really dense, and there's drop-offs. Neighbors
tell us they started their own detective work.
Once we seen all the police activity, everybody came on out, started making calls.
The neighbors were like, where's the kid? Nothing escapes this neighborhood. I mean, anything, nothing escapes this neighborhood. They'll be like, what's going on?
Neighbors updated me in the last couple of hours tonight, telling me authorities towed a third car away, a red sedan, from that apartment complex, and that all 3 vehicles taken for the investigation belong to Nnakai's father. Ron?
All right, Marissa, thanks a lot, and thanks for being on top of this story. According to the Clayton County Police Department, the baby just weighs 11 pounds, and right now he's still considered missing. So we want to show you his picture one more time. If you've seen him, have any information, call 911 immediately. You can also contact the Clayton County Police Department at 770-477-3747.
2 breaking news out of Clayton County this morning. An active search continues for a missing 6-month-old.
That's right. Police say they've been looking for Nnakai Pratt since 8:30 Sunday morning. The search centered on an apartment complex on Valley Hill Road in Riverdale. 11 Alive's Seth Haynock is joining us live this morning from that apartment complex. Seth, what are you learning this morning?
Yeah, Aisha, Jonathan, Clayton County Police is asking everyone in the public to keep their eyes open for this missing child. They said they've been looking for him since yesterday after he went missing from this apartment complex behind me in Riverdale. They have released an image of this child. This is Nnakai Pratt, 6-month-old baby boy, 11 pounds. He has black hair and brown eyes. Since yesterday, officers and K-9 units have been combing the surrounding neighborhood, going door to door and checking even nearby woods for the infant with no luck. Investigators have not released many details about how the baby was taken, but they are pleading with the community to come forward to help find him. Clayton County Police is urging anyone with information to contact them directly at the number on your screen or dial 911 immediately. Now, neighbors we spoke to Sunday tell us they saw the baby's parents speaking with police on site. Neighbors also say there is a large wooded area here near the complex and that police were searching there as well as the trunk of a car. As of now, though, police have not released information about a possible suspect. Now, we have reached out to Clayton Police this morning. We've asked for an update as far as their plans today as they continue to the search and if they have received any new tips or any details about a suspect. We're waiting to hear back, but hopefully we do get that update soon. Here in Riverdale, I'm Nnakai Pratt, 11 Alive News.
Folding this morning, an active search for a missing 6-month-old. Police there tell us they've been looking for Nnakai Pratt since 8:30 Sunday morning, so we're coming up on 24 hours. The search centered on the apartment complex we're showing you here on Valley Hill Road down in Riverdale. Let's check in with 11 Alive Stephanie Chaynock. Seth, you have been talking with investigators this morning. We know these parents are heartbroken, and police, as I mentioned, are nearing 24 hours. What are you hearing? What are you learning this morning?
Well, Clayton County Police, Jonathan, telling me this morning that they are continuing their search and that baby Nnakai Pratt is still missing at this hour. They say that they will be here at the apartment complex behind me where the baby was reported missing on Sunday as they continue to do their search. We know there's a police officer parked behind me, and we've already seen multiple cruisers coming and going from this apartment complex in Riverdale. Let's pop up the picture of baby Nnakai. He's 6 months old, 11 pounds, and police, again, still looking for him at this hour. Black hair, brown eyes. Another update this morning, Jonathan, is that police say they do not have a suspect at this time and that the parents of the baby are cooperating. Clayton County Police is urging anyone with information, any tip, anything that they see to call them immediately or dial 911. They are also asking the neighbors that live here in the apartment complex that any detail that they may have stumbled upon yesterday when the baby first went missing to please call it in. Neighbors we spoke to Sunday telling us that they saw the parents of Nnakai speaking with police here on the scene. And again, authorities saying they're going to be searching all day here off and on, and they tell us that they will be sending an update at some point today.
Yeah, and we're hoping for a positive update. So, Seth, you mentioned that the parents were talking to investigators. They're being cooperative. What are you hearing about the parents? Are they saying anything more about what might have happened?
Yeah, it's so very limited right now with what details police are sharing with us. We know that this morning, someone I spoke to with Clayton County Police tells me that the parents told them that the baby was taken. And so I know they're really focused on that and just trying to locate the baby at this moment. So we're looking forward to that release, and hopefully we get more insight into how the parents discovered that their baby was missing on Sunday.
Yeah, a lot still to sort out. But again, a baby at the center of all of this. Seth, thank you. Seth, you were on the scene yesterday morning. You're learning some new information, and we know that father will be in court today.
Yeah, a lot of updates this morning, Jonathan. But that father will be in court for unrelated charges. More charges could be on the way depending on what this investigation reveals. Right now, Clayton County Police have named Antonio Pierce, the baby's father, as a suspect in the child's disappearance after police say Pierce's story did not add up. And in the last 10 minutes, Clayton County Police tells me the search will continue today, but did not disclose where crews will be looking next. Clayton County Police say responding officers were told Sunday that Pierce was robbed at gunpoint and that the suspects took valuables along with little Nnakai from the car seat carrier and then took off. But police say as the investigation advanced, detectives became suspicious of Pierce after inconsistent testimony and physical evidence pointing to foul play. Clayton County tells me that they took Pierce into custody on Sunday, the day his son went missing, on unrelated charges, including marijuana possession, driving without a license, and a child restraint violation. Pierce will be in court for those charges at 11 a.m. this morning. We have also learned it was Pierce's neighbors that actually called the police on Sunday after they said he did something suspicious.
They saw him carrying a car seat with a sheet over the child. But the neighbors actually saw him, and they were the ones that called because when he came back, there was no car seat, no baby.
And according to court records, just 3 years ago, in October of 2022, Pierce had a felony charge of cruelty to children. We have requested Pierce's latest mugshot, and we will be in court for his first appearance at 11. Jonathan.
All right, so Seth, even investigators say that some of the story just doesn't add up with the father here. But do we know anything more about him? Was he living alone? Is he still with the mother of those children?
Well, we have been told by police that Pierce and the mother of his children are not together. And neighbors, they actually told us, from what they know, Pierce works as a maintenance member at the complex and that he also drives for Uber. We've also seen at least 5 cars towed from the apartment complex since the investigation began. We've been told they all belong to Pierce.
All right, a lot still to figure out. And again, we'll be following
The
it.
missing 6-month-old baby boy has been found, and the father is now being charged with this murder. 11 Alive's Marissa Sarback has been following this story ever since Nnakai Pratt was first reported missing Sunday morning. She joins us live from that apartment complex out of Clayton County. And Marissa, you just learned that the child's mother is now under investigation?
Yes, Ron, just new information into our newsroom moments ago that Nnakai Pratt's mother is being considered and investigated for a potential role in this. Now, we do know that she was questioned here on scene by cops, but this is brand new information that she is potentially being considered and investigated as a part of his death at this point. As you said, Nnakai Pratt's father, Antonio Pierce, was arrested, and he is charged with the murder of his 6-month-old son. Today, he was in court, and he is facing 9 new charges in total, including malice murder, concealing a death, tampering with evidence, and cruelty to a child. The arrest warrant states that Antonio Pierce details an elaborate story that he was going to pick up drugs from his stash house to sell with his twins and their mother in the car when 2 men held him up at gunpoint. He says the men walked him away from the car at gunpoint, and when he came back, Nnakai was gone from his car seat. Now, a witness later told police they saw Antonio in the woods with a backpack, and Antonio asked the witness to take it. The witness did, and Antonio later came looking for that bag, saying he knew he messed up and the police were coming. Police say Antonio told the police a different story of this when he was in possession of that backpack containing drugs, and that his story changed multiple times. Neighbors tell us they have had a feeling Antonio's story was a lie from the very beginning.
The parents, I feel like they were just too quiet. I didn't hear enough noise, because if I would have got that phone call, if somebody would have told me that, hey, your little cousin is missing or whatever, we would have made noise. The whole complex would have heard us.
Like screaming that you were upset?
Yeah, screaming, yes. And you know what I'm saying? We going door to door, we making noise, we trying to be heard, so that baby can be found.
And I want to show you exactly where this scene played out. This is to the left here of the driveway of that apartment complex. This is where the baby's body was found, and we're going to swing around the camera and show you where investigators were working along that tree line on the other side of the complex. That is where investigators had been working and taking the canine cadaver dogs out as well. So really, we mapped this out. This is just about a quarter of a mile away from where the baby's body was found.
Last hour, the mother of a 6-month-old baby found dead is now facing criminal charges. It's the latest development in the tragic death of Nnakai Pratt. And investigators recovered his little body last night from the backyard of a home in Riverdale. This is just days after neighbors reported him missing. Now, at first, his dad told police that drug dealers abducted his 6-month-old. With just hours after last night's discovery, authorities charged Nnakai's dad, Antonio Pierce, with murder along with concealing a death and child cruelty. 11 Alive's Cody Alcorn live right now from the Clayton County Jail in Jonesboro, where Pierce is still locked up as we speak. So, Cody, you found the mother in the jail bookings tonight less than an hour ago. What can you tell us about her charges?
Well, Ron, earlier this week, Clayton County Police confirmed that Nnakai's twin was with their mother, and she had custody of him or her at the time. However, in the last 48 hours, she has been placed into state custody, and Nnakai Pratt, the twins' mother, has been locked up here behind me in the same jail where the twins' father is also locked up. Antonio Pierce's arrest warrant obtained by 11 Alive on Wednesday shows something terrible happened inside this apartment complex. An acquaintance telling Clayton County Police Pierce said he blanked up and that the 12 was coming, meaning police. And a short time later, this complex was flooded with officers. Pierce alleging 2 men held him at gunpoint, forced him into a stash house where he had 3 pounds of drugs and $6,500 in cash. When he came out, he says Nnakai was missing out of his car seat, which launched a large-scale, multi-agency search as canines were brought in and drones used to search the property. Clayton County detectives were building their case, explaining early on there were inconsistencies in Pierce's story, and witnesses contradicted his statements. However, their focus remained on finding baby Nnakai, until everyone's worst fear became reality on Tuesday evening. The search stopped, crime scene tape went up, and his little body was found in the backyard of a home which backs up to this apartment complex, ending a 3-day search for a little man who never got a chance at life. And tonight we do know Nnakai Pratt, the twins' mother, is facing several charges, including obstructing an officer, false statements, and party to the commission of a crime. Now, we are still working to learn more about the specifics of these crimes and, of course, when she will appear in court. I also do want to mention we do expect Nnakai's autopsy to be done some point tomorrow. Again, we know it's a homicide, but after this autopsy, we should learn how he was killed. Live in Jonesboro, Cody Alcorn, 11 Alive News.
Man, what a revelation there. Cody, thanks a lot for the update.
Hey. Plug talk. You're looking at the plug. Understand how the fuck my plug talk. Ooh, you know I got it.
Brought to you by Daily Plug.
Yeah.